Top of it, top of it. I got this new shocking Diddy video for y'all. Edmond Laurent sues Diddy and Cassie, and the court documents, hey man, they reveal some very shocking claims, y'all. Hey man, we back with some more Diddy stuff, and we gonna tell y'all what the paperwork say, and we gonna show you what TMZ had to say. Shout out to Diddy, DiddyDocket.com, and TMZ, man. So man, we gonna get into this paperwork because I don't like to be long. So we gonna read the court paperwork. 1 second, y'all. Plaintiff Edmond Laurent, a model actor and exotic dancer, alleges that defendants Shawn Combs and Jane Doe number 1, otherwise known as Cassie, engaged in a series of coercive and abusive acts in Los Angeles hotels, including the Mondorian, the Intercontinental, the Beverly Wilshire, and SLS hotels. Initially, Laurent was hired as a private dance performer. The plaintiff was misled into sexual encounters, and during these sexual encounters, defendants allegedly pressured him into consuming alcohol and narcotics, Rohypnol, GHB, ketamine, and MDMA, y'all, which he repeatedly declined, and applied excessive baby oil to him. Guys, he's saying that Diddy and Cassie applied excessive baby oil laced with GHB to him. Can you dig what I'm saying? Possibly laced with GHB. Laurent is also saying in one instance, Cassie broke the plaintiff's condom. She's saying that when they was being intimate, Cassie broke his condom while they was having sex. And during intercourse, exposing him to condyloma, an STI, after falsely claiming to be disease-free with fabricated blood test results. And in a final incident, the plaintiff was given orange juice spiked with Rohypnol and ketamine, leading to unconsciousness. Now, this is a trigger warning, people. Stay to the end. I got some video for you. During which Combs allegedly, from the backside, penetrated him. Plaintiff awoke in pain and disoriented, and later developed anal warts, y'all. Severe gastric issues, that means he has severe issues with his tummy and back there, and he required surgery. Significant weight loss. Laurent suffered significant weight loss, dental erosion, and psychological trauma, including PTSD, depression, and anxiety. Cassie and Diddy allegedly used their influence to manipulate and intimidate the plaintiff and the hotels, right? And they failed to prevent or report the trafficking and assaults profiting from the activity. So let me tell y'all what TMZ had to say about it, because I left a video about this already, guys. So his man is basically saying he's a male escort, and Cassie was a part of it, which means she ain't innocent, and she tore his prophylactic while they was doing what he's doing, and he said that they laced him with some baby oil, and Diddy sexually took him from back there, and he woke up bleeding and later caught an STD. Let's see what TMZ got to say.
You thought freak-offs and Diddy were terms of the past, things we weren't going to be talking about for a while? Well, freak-offs are back with a vengeance, because one of the guys involved in those freak-offs is now suing Cassie, of all people, saying that she victimized him. So this guy's name is Edmond Laurent, and he is a male model.
Black guy.
That, he had sex with Cassie and with Diddy multiple times, but says that Cassie actually drugged him, and he's now suing
Cassie
her. He's
and
also
Diddy.
suing Diddy. But Cassie has responded to this and thinks that really this is nothing but a cash grab that is motivated purely by the amount of money she got in the settlement with Diddy. So Edmond sues Cassie and Diddy, and in his lawsuit, he's saying that Cassie very much was involved in recruiting him, and that she, at their first encounter, actually offered him cocaine, ecstasy, GHB, and he turned it down. He says he also turned down Diddy when he offered him alcohol. Yet, he says as their encounter was going on, that Cassie and Diddy really felt like they wanted Edmond to be on their level. So Diddy insisted that he have a shot of alcohol He has the booze, and then, as we've heard in a lot of the lawsuits against Diddy, he says he felt woozy and lightheaded, and it is his belief that the shot that Diddy gave him was actually laced with something, perhaps a Rohypnol, roofie, or ketamine, and he says he was lightheaded, and then he was incapacitated for the rest of that encounter. That being said, Mr. Laurent says there was a second time where he felt that he was incapacitated because they spiked something that they gave him. He says he shows up this time and rejected booze. They offered him alcohol. He said didn't want it. And then instead, Diddy insisted that he put a lot of baby oil on. And so he says he slathers the baby oil all over himself, and then same thing, he ends up incapacitated. This time he believes that the baby oil, and in the lawsuit he says that Cassie and Diddy helped apply this baby oil, gave it to him, and he believes that they laced the baby oil with GHB.
So Diddy was applying baby oil to this man?
Incapacitated him. That's his claim. Cassie says this is ridiculous. So her response, which she just filed, we got these documents, and she filed this response to Edmond's lawsuit and said when she initially filed her lawsuit against Diddy, Edmond was all about supporting her. And in fact, remember, she files the lawsuit, and then it settles a day later. But for that day, we were all looking at all these details, and it was the first time we'd seen written out there all the claims, all the allegations of horrific things that Diddy did to Cassie. Well, she says she got a text message from him that said, the text message read, "Hi, hope you're okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know he was doing that to you. I will definitely be a witness for you, Edmond L." So she says that text message made it clear to her that, that Edmond was volunteering to testify. He had been there with her, had seen things that he was willing to testify in court about upon reading her lawsuit. Then the lawsuit settles, and sometime after it settles, we didn't know immediately when Diddy and Cassie reached the settlement how much she was getting, but it later comes out that the reported amount was about $20 million, and she believes that's when this flipped. And in her response to his lawsuit, she says it's pretty clear that Edmond is only going after her, only suing her, because he knows how much money she got from Diddy, and basically he wants a cut of that. She says that he had never said anything about her victimizing him, anything that she had done to him. And in fact, she points out that in the lawsuit, Edmond himself describes Cassie as being incapacitated when they were having these freak-offs. So if she's incapacitated, how is she, in turn, making him the victim? Her point is, I'm a victim of Diddy. Maybe he's a victim of Diddy also, but that's not my fault. Don't blame me. So Edmond is going forward with a lawsuit against Cassie and Diddy. Now, Diddy's response to the lawsuit is more about statute of limitations having passed, and that Edmond is very vague about the time frame of when these freak-offs happened. So that's why Diddy thinks that the lawsuit should be dismissed. But for Cassie, she says, this guy was completely on my side and only changed his tune, only started blaming me in legal documents once he knew the big payday that I got from my settlement with Diddy. So we will see. The judge has not ruled on this yet, whether to dismiss it.
And let me give you some game. Now, as I said in the paperwork, because I'm reading the paperwork, go to diddydocket.com. You can read this paperwork for yourself, all of his cases. See, in order for the judge to even let this lawsuit come through, that means that Laurent had to show some evidence that he had a STD. He had to show medical records. And guys, it's not hard to put two and two together that when you leave Cassie and Diddy, You go to the doctor, you're torn back. They're going to have medical records. They're going to have medical records where they had to sew him up. They're going to have his toxicology report of what was in his system and where he came from. It's not hard to put together the chain of events. And you heard what TMZ said about Diddy. He's saying that they said that Diddy said, well, the statute of limitations have passed. Well, that means that you did it. Another man is not going to sit and admit that and say that another man was rubbing baby oil all over him along with a woman unless it happened. A man is not going to put himself in that kind of light. And did you catch at the beginning? He said that he was having intimate encounters with Diddy and Cassie. That means separate. That means that he was giving Diddy that eggplant. Can you dig what I'm saying? And now he's called an STD. Guys, it ain't hard. Guys, I want y'all to put in the comments. Put in the comments, people, how many men versus women have come forward about Diddy. Because it's men, guys. I'm looking at all the paperwork. It's more men than women. Guys, y'all put in the comments if y'all think it's real, if you think it's fake. But other than that, man, hey, man, go ahead and make sure y'all watch that video that's coming up next. And remember, like and subscribe to the channel. Remember to be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never get finessed. And don't use no baby oil that Diddy gave you and you scratch your head and you saying, I guess. Have a blessed day.